I-9 investigation into the dark web. It is the underbelly of the internet where crimes happen almost constantly, from stolen identities to drugs and sex trafficking.
You've likely heard of it, but never seen it until now. In this exclusive I-9 investigation, KCRG TV9's Kristen Rogers sat down with a cybersecurity professional to expose what's really on this dark side of the internet.
Getting to it is a little tricky.
On the internet, you can find just about anything, but hidden on the World Wide Web are things you don't want to find.
It has evolved into some crazy directions.
You won't find it by accident.
You can't really stumble and land into the dark web. You kind of have to mean to go there.
Just as the internet connects us all, the dark web is where criminals connect.
Explain to us what exactly the dark web is.
On the dark web, you can find kind of anything that people would get up to if they weren't being monitored.
Aaron Warner is the CEO of ProCircular, a cybersecurity company based in Coralville, Iowa. He regularly accesses the dark web as part of his job to track and block cyber criminals.
We do use the dark web for good in our work. We have clients that will call us and say, I want to know if our credit cards are for sale, or if I want to know if our CEO's identity is for sale.
On this day, he showed me what's really there in a small corner of the internet.
I know you said the dark web is maybe 1% of the internet overall. What percentage would you say of the dark web is used for good versus bad?
Kristen, it's funny that you say that, because I was asked to do a TED Talk. And originally, I wanted to present on the good and the bad of the dark web. I wanted to sort of give it a chance. I had to revise my entire talk because the truth is most of what's out there is pretty horrible.
A full marketplace.
Meth, Adderall, this is ecstasy, marijuana. You see along the side drugs, online businesses, software services.
Drugs are sold illegally and purchases are untraceable, bought using cryptocurrency.
So can they order meth or any of those drugs just like you would order off of Amazon and it ships to their house?
They can order pretty much as if it were on Amazon.
And it's not just drugs. Identities are for sale, credentials, residency documents.
That's a German residency document.
But some of the darkest parts of the dark web are human trafficking and child pornography.
Anything to do with anything sexual or pornographic almost immediately becomes illegal. So the models become younger, that sort of thing. It gets illegal very, very quickly.
There's also banking information for sale and guns that are illegal to buy, like military-grade machine guns. This ominous warning posted.
He says all these firearms listed above are clean and their serial numbers have been erased. No one will be able to trace back these weapons if they're safe and used for hunting, self-defense, or,
One feature that surprised me, the dark web marketplace even has reviews, with vendors rated on stealth and the quality of their products. Here's one from someone illegally buying drugs.
Communication could have been better. I paid for track shipping and had to reach out to the vendor twice. Looks like a typical Amazon review, right? They said that overall it was great, just communication wasn't great and the shipping time was a problem. The difference is that we're talking about phenobarbital that's being sold illegally.
Cyber attacks help feed the dark web, and Warner says those are happening every day.
It's less about people hacking Google than it is about somebody hitting a plumbing supply company.
While on the dark web for this story, Warner says he witnessed it in real time.
While I was doing this work, I watched this website get hacked. So vericityconstruction.ca is a company in California and Canada. And while I was online, this came up. Owned by Dodds, Turkish defacer was here.
He says hackers will steal information and hold companies for ransom, charging them money to get their website back. In this case, he told the company they'd been hacked.
You're probably wondering the same thing we did. What is law enforcement doing about this? When we reached out to numerous law enforcement agencies, they all pointed us back to the FBI. And when I reached out to the FBI, they never gave me a response. That is part of the problem.
The FBI has some amazing resources in cybersecurity. The only problem is that they are absolutely swamped. Most of the special agents I know carry 20 or 30 cases apiece, Each of those cases, cybersecurity cases, may be $1 million plus. They are very, very busy people.
In short, that means you need to know how to protect yourself. Warner recommends using different passwords and keeping track of them with a password manager. And never click on links sent to you, even if they look legitimate. He says copy and paste them into a web browser instead. Or call your bank to be sure it's legit. He also recommends using two-factor authentication, requiring a password and another verification like a text or email to you in order to access an account. And monitor your credit reports regularly because illegal activity on the dark web isn't going anywhere.
Because of how the network is put together, you pop one down and you've got 3 others. It's sort of whack-a-mole.
That's why Warner believes it's crucial people know about the dark web and what's on it.
I think it is about education. I think if you can help them to understand the risks, you help them to understand that it affects other people. When you buy something on here, regardless of what it is, you're voting with your dollars. Whatever activity is behind that, you're kind of funding with your money.
And because information on the dark web doesn't go away, that cost is not worth the price. In Coralville, Kristen Rogers, KCRG TV9 News.